seeing this, or this, then you are recording your electric guitars too loud. Watch this video to find out how to set the recording level right every single time. Hello home music creators! The aim of this video is to give you a repeatable process that you can use to set your guitar recording levels and get them right every time. When you're setting a guitar recording level, you should aim for the meter to peak at no higher than about -12 dB. Its average position should be around -18 dB. And that's roughly where you want the meter to sit for most of your track. Now, this gives you lots of headroom to raise the volume at the mixing stage. Now, I know that seems very quiet, but with modern digital recording, that's exactly the levels that all the software and equipment is designed to work best at. Now, these levels apply to both acoustic and electric guitars, however you're recording them, whether that's with a microphone in front of an acoustic guitar, miking up a guitar amp, or DIing and using an amp sim. There are two very important reasons why levels should be in this range. One is to avoid distortion and clipping. Digital distortion is almost always unpleasant, not like analog distortion, which can be desirable, so we want to avoid it. And headroom. This is the amount of volume we have left to increase the signal by. This is important at the mixing stage, as we want to make sure if we need to turn the guitar up, we have sufficient volume available. If the guitar's already very loud, we might only have a tiny amount we can turn it up by before we risk unpleasant distortion and clipping. Now, don't get too hung up on the exact numbers on the meter. As long as you're in the same ballpark, you should be fine. Sometimes you will see -18 dB, average, peak, -14 dB being advised. Other times, -15 dB average, -12 dB peak. They're all fine. If you have a few peaks that are a little bit higher, don't worry about it. A useful rule of thumb to keep in mind is you want to see the levels rising up to about 2/3 up the meter. If you're in that sort of range, you're going to be fine. So follow this process and you will consistently record your guitar at the correct level. First thing you're going to do is plug your guitar or microphone into your audio interface. This can either be the XLR cable from a microphone in front of an amp or an acoustic guitar, or it will be the jack cable if you're DIing directly into your audio interface. And then you need to play at the loudest volume you're going to record at. And then slowly start to turn up the gain on your audio interface. Okay. You can see it started to clip there. That red around the gain knob means it's clipping. So at this point, what I want to do is start to back the gain off. Just back it off a tad. Okay, still clipping. Back it off a tad more. Still clipping. Let's back it off a little more. Okay, there we are. That's staying in the green no matter how hard I strum that E chord, so that's good. That's a nice level set on the audio interface. We also need to check inside our DAW. So I've got Reaper here and we've got the guitar on this track. If I just strum that chord again, okay, I would say that's a little bit too loud. So what I'm going to do is back the gain off on the audio interface further. Okay, let's back it off, back it off, back it off. Okay, that's probably gone a little bit too low. Turn it down a little bit. Okay, that's probably a nice level. You see, we're between that -18 and -12 there. That's looking pretty good, I think. You can see it's roughly going up about 2/3 of the meter between that -18 and -12 dB level. How you alter that input level will depend on your hardware and software configuration. You might use the gain knob on your audio interface again. There might be an input level control on a software application for your interface, or there might be an input level control inside your DAW. So now we've got a nice recording level set up. You can go ahead and record your track. Just remember that in the excitement of recording and with the adrenaline flowing, you may start playing a little bit harder than you did when you were preparing. So bear that in mind when you're setting the recording level. So keep an eye on the meter as you record. If you find that you're peaking too loud, just turn it down a little bit and re-record. So there's your repeatable process for setting your guitar recording levels right every single time. I hope this helps you set your recording levels and helps you get better sounding recordings overall. Check out this video's companion article on homemusiccreator.com. It goes into much more detail and it gives you a handy written guide to the process. It also explains why recording digitally you should use much lower recording levels than we used to use in the old analog recording days. This is Paul from Home Music Creator signing off. See you in the next video. Cheers.